LoveLine is meant for an adult audience.
LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content.
Listener discretion.
You don't have to yell.
What?
You don't have to yell.
Listener discretion is advised.
Now here's LoveLine with Riki Rachtman, Dr. Drew, and Adam Carolla.
First call of the evening, Amy from San Jose. What's up, Amy?
Actually, I was at a party one night, and a friend of mine brought up something called a bowl of fruit. And I was wondering if you guys know what that is.
The old bowl of fruit, huh?
Oh, yeah.
The bowl of fruit. Let's let Drew take this one. I bet Drew doesn't know the bowl of fruit.
Never heard of it.
You don't know the bowl of fruit, Drew?
Never heard of it.
Adam, I bet you know the bowl of fruit, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've partaken in the bowl of fruit many a times. Well, you've heard of the brand Fruit of the Loom underwear?
Yes.
And you've heard of the Horn of Plenty?
No.
Oh. Well, just go along with me, would you, Amy?
Horn of Plenty.
Drew knows the Horn of Plenty.
I've heard of that.
And you've heard of a male's crotch referred to as basket?
Okay.
Right? So you combine the bowl of fruit, the Fruit of the Loom, the basket, and the Horn of Plenty. And what you're really talking about is the male genitalia.
I see.
There. See, the underwear, the ball nuggers, as I used to like to say in junior high. Riki would correct me and call them the ball huggers.
Ball huggers.
Yes, huggers.
The Fruit of the Loom ball huggers represent the bowl, and then, of course, the fruit would be the genitalia.
The fruit of one's loins.
The fruit of the loins. You've heard of that, right?
Yes, I have heard of that.
Thank you for enlightening us.
Wait,
Can we go on
Amy.
now?
Well, what? Honestly, will you just...
I have no idea. I've never heard of that.
I don't either.
I ate some wax fruit once and passed a candle.
Oh.
It came out of his wig. Amy, use it in a sentence.
Use it in a sentence?
Yeah, like how they said the bowl of fruit thing.
Oh, we were just talking about it. She said, my boyfriend knows about something called a bowl of fruit. And I'm like, what is it? And she said, I don't know.
Well, you know what? If anybody knows, 1-800-LOVE-191.
Oh, wait a minute. I know what it is.
What, do you really?
4 homos in a hot tub.
No.
Yes.
That's it.
There you go. Yeah, and now you just got to ask your boyfriend what's up.
I don't have a boyfriend.
Exactly.
Riki, I got a question.
Uh-oh.
I work for a Harley shop, and I want to send you a shirt, and I want to know what size you wear.
I like them large.
Large.
I mean, I usually would fit into a small. Now that we're on the radio and people can't see my physique, I would say I'd fit into a small, but I prefer extra large shirts.
Well, but you would need the arms let out.
What?
You'd need the arms let out, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'll give you the address. Sure, I'll take any Harley shirts. Sure, send me free stuff. We like that.
Yes, I know.
Okay, thank you, Amy.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Worked at a Harley.
Blue balls.
What about blue balls? You're not the same guy that keeps on calling us to tell him he dyed his pubic hairs blue, right?
Yeah.
Greg, listen, you dyed your balls blue, okay? Like you're a good guy, you listen to the show, but every day we hear about you and your blue balls. You dyed them, and the fact is, now you went through the time...
Oh, I need some good lines to go with them.
Greg, you're on your own, brother, okay?
Okay, wait, is Dr. Drew still sick?
Yeah, I'm getting better.
Unfortunately...
Yeah, this was going to be a bad show, okay? All right.
You've jinxed us with your health, Doc.
Oh, Lordy. Let's go to Janessa, who's calling from Ontario. Do you know Ontario is going to break off?
Hello?
They're going to secede from the Union?
It's not Ontario, California. Oh, not Ontario, California?
No.
It's Ontario, California.
Oh, I thought it was Ontario. I thought Ontario, California was going to break off from America.
From Canada.
I was kind of excited.
Yeah, like anyone would care.
Yeah. Ontario and Fontana are going to make their own little meth.
Hello?
Yes, we're here. Go right ahead.
How you doing, Joe?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Good.
I have a question for Dr. Drew.
All right.
I was having oral sex with my girlfriend a few nights ago.
Mm-hmm.
And while I was doing it, she kind of dribbled pee, I think.
What do you mean? What do you think?
Well, I've never tasted pee, so I'm not sure.
All right.
But I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh, what else would it be?
And
Well, Adam, some women, when they have orgasms, they get extremely...
Wait a minute. Slow down. What is this? How'd you pronounce that?
Exactly,
Orgasm? What is this? Yes?
Some women not sort of ejaculate. They can squirt.
Oh, okay. All right.
And when that happens,
and
you come and tell me, bro. I'll give big high five.
Don't hold your breath.
I saw it in a film.
Okay, and I have a little, starting of a rash, I think. It's like a little redness, chapped, kind of.
Well,
and I was wondering what that could be. Should I worry about it?
Where is it?
On the corner of my right side of my lip, It's kind of like a cold sore and like dry lip or something.
Like your mouth is sort of splitting there in the corner?
Yeah, and it's like a little, like there's one spot where it's like red.
Are you on any medication?
No.
I mean, it could be a cold sore, and whether or not it's something you got from her, I can't really say. If it really was a cold sore in a region that you've had cold sores before, you may have been able to give her something more likely. But you know, if you're irritating that area of your mouth, your lips, you can get sores and chaps and chafing and things like that. That's normal. There's nothing to do necessarily with any kind of sexually transmitted disease.
Joe, is she there right now?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard.
I'd say don't worry about it unless she, talk to her about it and make sure she doesn't have anything that could be transmissible. But it doesn't sound like anything to worry about.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Drew, but isn't it true that you can't really urinate when you're having sex?
It's hard to.
Like a guy can't,
Yeah.
but could a girl, like when you're in there?
It's very difficult.
Now, what about if she's being eaten?
I would think I'm sure it's possible.
I'm trying to think of
You're very couth.
I'm sure it's possible.
So, wait, guys can't because of the erection or because of something else?
The guy's sort of a valve that shuts everything off for the guy. A guy can, but he can't when he's ejaculating or just around that time. He cannot.
That's great, isn't it? Those little munchkins in your testicles turning that big knob going, come semen, this way.
He's imagining the Keebler elves in it. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah, they're in there.
Now, tell me this, okay?
Yeah.
That means if you're driving down the road, right?
Yes.
You're in a long ride, you're in the car, you've got hours before the next bathroom, and you got to use it so bad, and if you start jerking off, then you won't have to urinate.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's more difficult to urinate then.
Okay. Just thought I'd bring that up. Let's talk to Will right now, who's gone from Fresno. Hello, Will.
What's up?
How you doing?
All right.
Good.
I was calling to let you guys know what a fruit bowl was.
Oh, it's the fruit bowl, not the bowl of fruit.
Yeah.
The fruit bowl is...
It's where a guy sits on a copy machine as a joke and turns it on, and what the people see are 2 kiwis and a banana.
Wait, a guy sits on a what?
Copy machine.
Xerox machine.
Oh, I thought he said
and
a
make
coffee
copies
machine.
That wouldn't be funny. Like I shot of espresso up your ass.
He sits on a copy machine. I'll tell you what. No,
Right.
I was going to say something.
You going to go do that?
No, I was going to say someone faxed it to us, but I don't really want to see a couple of nuts.
Doc, now there's a lot of this funny business, a lot of
Thanks,
abuse
Will.
of the of technology going on this way.
Pissing in the coffee.
In
pot.
fact, I heard somebody speak about how technology is used in medical systems and stuff, and usually the first thing that people tend to do with new inventions like video machines, televisions, video recorders, computers,
It's like ram them up their ass.
well, no, but
It's true. It's true. Hey, I got this new piece of technology. Let's see if it fits in my ass. It's true, Doc. You know, it's true. It's human nature.
And what's the first thing they always say, Adam, when they find a whole computer and keyboard up their ass? How'd they get it up there? Drew, you know the answer.
they sat
I
on
fell
it.
on it.
I fell on it.
Sat
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah. No, it's true. Early man did this. When the wheel was invented,
Yeah.
first place it went, right up a caveman's ass.
And as soon as they invented fire, big trouble. Big trouble.
But listen, people tend to put sort of
You led us this way, Drew.
sexual stuff in these, use them for those sorts of
Louis
illicit-
Pasteur put a cow in his ass.
Yeah, can you stop on the flat stuff?
Carver did it with a peanut.
That's right.
It's amazing. There's 2 of you guys, and that forget it.
No, go ahead.
No.
You were going to say
Well,
something.
that people put illicit kinds of material on new technology first. It's
Okay.
the first kind of thing they tend to do with it. And
Right, but is there radiation involved with the copy machine? I mean, could that be detrimental?
not that I'm aware of. No.
What if the glass breaks, you cut yourself? How do you explain that one?
That could be
The
detrimental.
copy machine is broken, and you got a slice in your ass. How do you tell that to the
Oh,
boss?
jeez, I don't know. But Drew, seriously, it couldn't hurt you. Is seriously all that light and radiation, everything passing through your testicles? You're saying that's healthy? That's good? You recommend
I
that?
didn't say that. I said I don't think it. I don't know it to be proper.
All right, but isn't it your job to discourage people and their ideas on this show?
Yeah, sometimes.
So shouldn't you come in right now and say that could be potentially damaging, and we don't have
I-
the reports in yet?
It's also
People
my
should
job to
stay away from
to
that.
be accurate and
What
honest.
about
I don't know.
What about a scanner?
What kind of scanner?
Can you put your face or butt or whatever on
Where
a
are you guys going?
I'm going to tell people our fax number.
What about the radar guns that the cops use, and they put them on their laps, and they get cancer in their testicles from that? You've heard of that?
I've heard of the car phones maybe causing brain cancer.
All right, then why not the copier machine?
Because you don't sit on it all day, I try.
Oh, that's you. That's you and your white-collar buddies. But in our world...
Hey, our fax number is 310-854-4455. You're at work, you got a copy machine, fax is something dirty. Let's go right now to Dana, who's calling from San Luis Obispo. Dana, did I say it right?
What? San Luis Obispo?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, what's up?
Well...
You sound cranky.
Huh?
You sound cranky.
Well, I'm a little embarrassed, first of all, because I'm from the L.A. area, and I cannot even believe I'm calling to tell you this, okay? But the other night, well, first of all, I'd like to say I'm so glad you guys are up in the Central Coast now, okay? Because I recently moved up here, and K-Rock was one of the things that I was totally missing. So I'm glad you guys are here now. Anyways, the other night, you guys were talking about, how guys name their sexual organs.
Snickers.
Right. Snickers.
Did you hear that guy? This guy says he named his penis Snickers.
Snickers, right. Okay, well...
Snickers. Could use mounds, even.
Well, you guys were asking, do women ever name theirs? Well, mine has been named.
Yes.
And this was a couple years back.
Now, does it answer to it, or is it just like a cat? It just wanders away.
Well, I don't know.
All right, what's the name? You're killing us.
The bionic pussy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like Jamie Summers from the hit series.
Yeah.
Explain why. Because every time she has sex, it goes...
Explain why? Because
$6 million.
muscle control.
Because of why?
Muscle control.
Can you,
really?
Squeeze it?
Yeah.
Have you ever put a ping pong ball in there?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I had to ask. You understand why?
I don't, Adam.
That could be done. No, I mean, you've heard these things have happened. Doc, you back me up on this. Women have like a contraction or convulsion or something, and the thing like locks on them like the Denver boot. And then they got to go to the hospital until the thing de-seizes.
And then the first thing they always say is, how did you get this woman attached to you? And they say, what, Joe?
I tripped.
I fell on it.
I fell on it, yeah.
Really? All right, so don't mess with Dana.
True.
Thanks for your call, Dana.
Isn't there a thing like the blood pressure thing where you can like test the strength of something, like the grip?
Yes.
Never mind.
Can we hook her up to something? Oscar Goldman would want to know.
Never mind, indeed.
We're going to be back with more of your calls. Let me just on LoveLine. What's up, bro?
Not much. I was just calling in to tell the guy that called in about the lip thing, getting red and like cracked at the edges and stuff like that.
Right.
Normally, that's a vitamin deficiency. I've found that, I'm a college student, don't eat very well.
Dominic?
He sounded about the same.
Whoa. It's called chelosis. I mean, it's caused by
Justin.
medicine.
Hey, what's up, bro?
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Say hi to Rose McGowan. Did I say the name right?
Perfect.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Justin.
I got a question for Drew.
Yeah.
Hey, would there be a problem piercing your sack?
What?
He wants to pierce his testicles.
Wouldn't it let the air out, Doc?
No. Pierce his scrotum. Jeez, that's an area, if any infection were to develop, it could be very serious and spread very rapidly. I don't know if a reputable piercing organization does that. Is there a name for that? Do they do that?
Pierce your ball sack?
Do they?
Sure.
All right. Well, then if they do it, they can tell you what the complication risks are and how to care for it. Most reputable places won't do things that have any kind of significant risks associated with them. Don't do it yourself, whatever you do. Again, I'm trying.
And you know what's so funny, Drew? No, wait. Wait, let me tell you something, Rose. You'd think, like, the people that have just tuning in, they would hear Drew say, now, don't do it yourself. The normal person would hear that and go, what kind of an idiot is going to pierce? But you would be surprised. You would be surprised.
We have calls all the time. It's usually after the fact when they tell us about the swelling and pus and everything else. But listen, educate me, Justin. What makes somebody want to do that?
I don't know, because it's pretty different or something like that. I don't know.
But how could you display your difference, Justin? That's the question.
With women?
Yeah,
so
there you go.
You got a lot of women, Justin?
Oh, a few.
How many would a few be?
I don't know.
Would they appreciate a pierced ball sack?
Probably.
Do you think they would think you might cause, like, lead poisoning to a child? You might...
Oh, God.
Is it anything that, do you find anything appealing about that?
Do I find anything...
Wait, let's ask our guest.
Yeah, I bet you do, though. I bet you're into piercings, huh?
Well, I like, you know what I like? I love, like, the Dennis Rodman thing. I like the men with the pierced stomachs, which is really, that's not...
I got that.
Justin, that's kind of rare.
Where's that? Where's that?
Pierced navel. Pierced navel.
But on a man, that's a pretty hot one, and not many men sport that, and I like the nipples. But I'd say as far as the nether regions go, it's a hit or miss, and you're only going to find out if it's a miss if you're in that certain position, and you'd be really bummed if it was a miss because you would just not be getting off that night, which is the whole goal. All right, thank you.
Wow.
Hey, Mike, in the other room, have we been getting some of those dirty things faxed to us? Some copies?
Oh, really?
You gotta bring this in. Hey, come here, Ann. Okay. Once again, you got a copy machine, you got a scanner, we got a fax machine. 310-854-4455.
But it's interesting. You sort of there's sort of a level of almost socially acceptable piercing that's going around. That's stylistically appropriate. The people that have this sort of bizarre multiple piercing, genital piercing, is still kind of self-mutilation.
Jesus.
I mean, it depends on,
Let me make a quick clarification here. No
Please
big-butted, hairy-ass,
Wait, I have to see this.
Italian or Armenian types, please.
Kiss my hairy, love the show, DJ. Here, Rose, here's a big hairy ass.
Here I am getting all pumped up thinking there's going to be a set of...
What is that? Is that somebody's dick? If it is, that is a small one.
That's a UFO.
Here's a picture of Pam Anderson.
All right.
Oh, man. Here's a guy who says, I named my wife's gig after a place in Arizona, the Grand Canyon. Adam and Ricky, me and a group of friends like to stay home on weekends and drink. The first person to pass out gets the tea bag.
What's that?
The tea bag is dropping your testicles into his mouth while he's passed out. Have any of you ever tried this, or are we just weird?
You guys are waiting to come out, aren't you?
What?
They're waiting to come out, aren't they?
Yeah,
out of that closet.
I'd say the gay bus had pulled up to the stop many weeks ago, and they climbed on readily and with a transfer.
If you put your balls in somebody's mouth, even if they're drunk, I think you've got some tendencies there.
I think so.
But I have heard of people like taking a picture when a guy's passed out, like they'll lay their dicks on his head and take pictures of him like all asleep.
Right. And you're in real good shape. You can work the camera and get in the shot.
I used to always just pretend like I was asleep. Hi, Rose.
That's what the guys who want the tea bags do too. Though.
The girls don't do that stuff, right?
I've never, I feel like I'm being de-virginized mentally right now. Pardon me, I've not heard that tea bag.
You've never nodded off on a cot and had a couple of your lady friends come by and like squat on your head or anything like
no,
that?
I've woken up with a couple, I can go there, and I can't.
Go there, Rose.
I was gonna say, I've gotten the tampon string a couple times, but no, I'm just kidding.
You've gotten the what?
Nasty.
Listen, okay?
See.
No.
I'm getting disciplined.
No.
That's what I get for this?
If you like.
That's what I get.
But I'm just going to tell you one thing. We're going to go to commercial breaks, okay? One more time, you say a sentence and stop real quick and say, no, I'm just kidding. You're out of here, okay?
Oh, right.
You can tell me your stories, Rose. You're more than welcome. We're having a good time. But every time you start to say something, and me and Adam start to get a little bit excited, you just cut it off.
Because I see these big eyes that start opening
But you got to understand,
kind of
even if it's a made-up story.
They're not made up. I trust them.
Well, then go with it, girl.
All right,
we like
then.
it.
Well,
Go with it, Rose.
You have to tell me, how far, what is it? No cussing? What are the rules on this? No cussing? No
cussing.
I'll tell you what.
Is that it?
That's
we'll
it.
play commercials.
All right,
and
David, thank you. You're so sweet.
Hey, Rose, here's a copy machine in the other room. We go do the copy machine and come back in and show us?
I'm not hairy.
Oh, well, forget it then. 310-85...
I'm thrashing about with someone, not just by myself.
You having with a guy?
Yes, a guy.
Now, were you really having sex with him?
No.
Come clean, Rose.
No, I was not. Actually, it was funny. We would do the takes and then discuss how our boyfriends or girlfriends were going to kill us when the movie came out. But
do you have a boyfriend?
No, I dumped him way before it came out. Sorry.
Right.
Yes.
But bye-bye. No, harsh, aren't I?
Now, when you were in the bathtub with the guy, did you get a boner?
Did he?
Yeah.
It was really hysterical. He did, and they have these little sock things that they put over him because he had to show his butt.
I'm wearing one now.
So humiliating for him. It was really quite hysterical, but it was a long, hard night of being wet for about 12 hours though. It doesn't. It looks crazy. Oh, that's okay. Easy cheesy.
No, say it one more time.
What?
Just say that sentence one more time.
It was a long, hard. Oh God, you're right.
No, just say it one more time.
It's a long, hard night of being wet. Thank you.
All right, and we will be back with more.
You have the fakest looking real breasts I've ever seen. So I was like, let me analyze that for a second and get back to you.
What does that mean?
I'll take it as a compliment.
They're in great shape. They look like they're fake. They look like they were manufactured or supplemented.
Matt!
Yeah?
What's up, Matt?
Nothing much. What's up?
You tell me.
Yeah, I have a, is it alright, if you have sex when you're in a pool? On the steps? If you have sex?
Is there water in the pool, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not taking any of the gunite off the side, is it?
Wear a condom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you wear whenever, when I ejaculate now.
Right.
It's there's chunks in it. I don't know what that is.
There's chunks in your semen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
What have you been eating?
Just regular food.
Regular food. What, like Cheese Whiz, things like that?
Like cheeseburgers and.
Right.
All right, so you're on a strict diet.
You've only noticed this since you had sex in the pool?
Yeah. What?
Wait. You've only noticed your chunks, pardon me, since you've had sex in the pool?
Yeah.
Hey, Matt.
Why don't you go do it again and see if you can reverse it?
No. I don't think the chunks have anything to do with sex in the pool,
either.
right, Drew?
Correct.
No.
Yeah.
But that does happen.
Correct.
Well, what is that?
It's
what is what?
The human physiology.
Yeah, but how come sometimes it's like broth and sometimes it's like goulash?
Because that's the way it is.
I like to make a food comparison to everything.
That's the way it is.
Well, why?
I've never seen chunky.
Oh, yeah?
It's not bad.
I got something for you, baby.
Seriously, I'll work something out. No.
I know, I opened myself up, sorry.
Yeah, Rosa's going to be on Sunday, too.
It tends to be associated with the frequency of ejaculation.
Oh, really?
Thinner, but some people are just that way naturally.
Oh,
Just, you know.
All right. Well, I'm going to experiment and go like a day and a half and see what happens.
I got some faxes. Here's a fax of a picture of a girl's bra, a 34D bra.
Oh, we're getting warm.
Right? How's this, Adam?
This is foul.
Here's a fax of a girl's breast.
Wow.
With a mole.
Wow.
Let me see this.
Oh yeah, guys.
Let me see these.
We got a fax of a girl's breasts. People are faxing us dirty pictures. Please keep it coming. Remember, it is totally anonymous.
It looks like
here's
half of it's
a
missing.
fax, half of her breast.
It looks like half of it's missing. Like one is from one person, one is from the other.
Oh, now I like it even more.
That's right.
Here's a fax. I know men wrestle with the one-eyed pirate all the time, but how often do women?
Pointed look.
I don't know.
How often do women? Well, it's not a wrestling match for that one.
It's more tag team.
That's right. I got a roommate.
Now, how often do you do that?
Oh my God.
Hey, Ricky, where you're running away with the boobs?
Oh, I'm sorry, you had to take that one home. I'm sorry.
I just got to say something very quickly, and we'll get back to this.
That's
it's
all right.
very interesting about human nature. I have essentially like enough pornography in my apartment to fill a blimp hanger, yet there's something very exciting about this crude black and white things. You wouldn't even know what it was if someone didn't tell you what it is. Am I right? But I still have to see it. What is that?
It's the Rorschach for people on LoveLine.
You know what? I feel really bad because we're going to go, right, we're all going to shut up. We're going to get to some calls right now.
Thank
okay?
you. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Kissing ass for 3 minutes.
Wow.
To the land.
Wow.
Let's talk to Lynn from Manhattan Beach. Lynn, you're on LoveLine.
Hi, Dr. Drew. This is a question for you.
Thank you.
I'm 24, but when I wait a long time between having sex, like 3 months or so, it's almost like the first time it actually rips and bleeds again, and then everything's fine.
No, wait a minute. You actually have a tearing sensation, or do you just bleed?
Very small. Well, I don't bleed internally. It's like a little rip at the back part.
So you actually can see where the tear is?
Well, I haven't actually looked, but that's where it's sore, yeah.
Okay. Because, I mean, it may just be that you're getting some irritation and maybe you're just having vaginal bleeding after sex, in which is a common thing. Sex can actually stimulate uterine bleeding.
It's not that. It's actually from the...
From a little spot.
I guess the anal levator muscle, if we want to get specific.
Have you been pregnant ever?
What was that?
Have you had a baby?
Oh, no.
Okay, well, that's you.
Lubrication. Lubrication. And apparently you've been not having enough lubrication and sleeping with somebody with a
fine.
big
So
dick.
It's just getting back in the swing of things. Is that it?
Basically, that's right.
Okay, that's fine.
Keep on trucking.
Thanks a lot.
Let's talk to Richard from Hermosa. Richard, you are on LoveLine. Rose McGowan's our guest.
She certainly is.
Okay, I was sleeping with an acquaintance of mine about 2 nights ago. She was on top. This is for Dr. Drew, by the way.
Right.
And, she was on top, and she came all the way off me, then came down on me really quite hard. And I was bent back, and now, I mean, for a while I was bleeding out of my penis. And
when you urinated, you had blood?
Well, it was like dribbling out like right after, and now basically my penis looks like one big bruise. It's like a contusion.
Right, you tore the cavernous body in there. That actually can be pretty serious. Can you have erections now?
I prefer not. If I get slightly aroused, it hurts like a...
Yeah, you know what? You need to see a urologist, Richard. Probably this is going to be okay, but these kinds of injuries can be kind of serious sometimes. Take my reassurance when I tell you you're probably going to be okay. But I would definitely suggest you see a urologist just to make sure there's no potential for any long-term problems with erection function.
What kind of long-term problems might be associated?
Like difficulty sustaining a full erection.
Rose, have you ever maimed a man in the sack?
Not in that way. Probably just mentally.
Emotionally. But physically, the guy's...
And mentally, Adam, we've both been maimed.
I think we're scarred.
I think you guys can relate to that.
Richard, it's probably, listen to me carefully, it's probably going to be okay, but get it checked out just to be sure.
Right now, we're going to go to Gary from Chicago. Gary.
Yeah.
What's up? You're on LoveLine. Riki Rachtman, Dr. Drew, Adam Carolla, and Rose McGowan in a movie called The Doom Patrol.
Generation, hello.
The Generation Patrol.
Just
What's
call
up,
it
Gary?
nudies and tubs, okay? That's how you should remember it.
Easy cheesy.
Wait for it to be on video because we know which part we're going to keep on rewinding. Hey, Gary.
Yeah, this is my first time calling, so I'm kind of nervous.
Gary, it's our first time talking to you.
Okay. See, I kind of have a question, actually 2 questions for like all of you. I've like really fallen in love with this girl. I've been seeing her for like 6 months, and I haven't been able to get anywhere. And finally, the other night I did, and it was the most exhausting, nasty, unbelievable thing that you could have ever smelt in your life. I just don't know how to tell her. You know, but I've fallen in love.
Was it Stanky Foo-Foo?
It was. I don't know what to call it.
Gary, but her foo-foo stanky.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That's basically the problem, is stanky foo-foo.
Gary, what that could mean is that she has an infection, and you should take it really from that point of view, that you're concerned that you can think of some gentle way of putting it, but that you're concerned that she needs to see a gynecologist. And
I mean, because I couldn't do anything after that. I just told her I was drunk, and
look, there are
oh my God.
There are a couple of infections that can really be associated with bad smells, and it's something she needs to take care of. And you actually can contract some of these things. So such as trichomonas, Gardnerella, these are
halitosis,
they're easily treatable, but they are sexually transmitted disease. They don't have any real serious consequences.
Gingivitis.
They're no big deal to treat, but they can cause a bad smell.
But Gary, you're gonna really hurt her feelings if you come out with that right away. So what I would do is, the next time you're about to get intimate, just be all hot and sexy and take her into a tub with you. And
you love that tub, Rose.
Oh, stop. This is not for me, all right? And if that does not make it better that time, then I would go down the doctor route, basically.
But she needs,
regardless.
Yeah, but what if she was just like out hiking with him all day and he threw her down on the bed and she was just sweaty or something?
Well, you go horseback riding. First thing you don't do is start doing some clam smacking.
I don't know.
She has an infection. She needs
treatment. She hasn't been riding a bike or anything.
She needs treatment, Gary.
Haven't been riding a bike?
Gary.
Yes.
Did you went down there to explore? Am I right?
Yeah, I was going to do a little deep sea diving. Yeah.
So you sent down a bell. Now I have a couple of questions.
How did you get out of that?
That's what I was going to say.
Can I just, kind of roll over and went to sleep?
Well, I mean, from an etiquette standpoint, maybe Riki can help me with this, but Rose, you can jump in here too. From an etiquette standpoint, Riki, let's say you go down there. Hypothetically, I know you're happily married, but let's say hypothetically, you go down there and there's something funky going on, right? But you've committed. You've committed to the move. You know what I'm saying? How long do you stay down? How long do you stay down there before it's too early to leave? Without making a stink about it. Pardon the pun.
Adam.
Yeah.
You try to find out through a finger, back up to your face, if it's bad down there. Hey, I'm sorry, I don't want to go there, but you started me. If you go down there and you start, you don't come back up till you have finished the job.
All right, so you're saying send the Sherpa guide in. See what he comes back with.
If you
send
go
it to the lab.
There, you don't come back up till you finish the job.
No, you can
You're
go
just
down
trying
there.
to impress Rose.
You can go down there.
Exactly.
Hold on.
I wouldn't do it.
I have a good tip for this, situation. What I would do if I were a man in this situation, basically, just kind of go down there. If it's not to your fancy, then just kind of like kiss it or start kissing the inner thigh, and then just use your hand, basically.
And then say, like, I can't wait,
just,
or something.
Stare at her really intently, basically, and elevate your head and breathe through your mouth.
All right, so don't make any sudden movements.
And say, did somebody just feed the cat? Thanks for your call, Gary. Let's go to Evan from Mentone.
Can I go home now?
Mentone?
Can I go home?
No.
Hey, Evan.
Hello?
What's up, Evan?
I wanted to ask Rose, why would she want to dye her pubes?
I was teasing, honey. But,
okay.
But
Evan.
Do you like the idea of it?
We get that call a lot, and we're not really sure why.
Oh, okay. And I got another question for Dr. Drew.
Evan?
I'm in a band.
Yeah?
And I wanted to know if you smoke, or how long does it take for your voice to change if you smoke?
Weed?
Huh? No, cigarettes.
Cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that really significantly alters. What do you mean by voice to change?
You want your voice to change.
Are you the singer?
Yeah.
Do you write your own songs?
Yeah.
What would be one of your songs called?
Got no pubic hair.
Because you're how old? You're 12, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, what was the name of one of the songs that you sing?
I Don't Need You.
I Don't Need You?
Or no, it's just I Don't Need You.
I Don't Need You.
Do a little of that.
Let me tell you something, Evan, okay? You are on a radio show right now.
Yeah.
All over America. I want to hear a little bit, I Don't Need You. Just you, Evan. Now, Evan, if you're going to make it in the rock and roll business, you got to do it right now for me, brother.
I do?
Right now. Let's hear it.
2, 3, 4.
Pass on that.
No, Evan.
Come on, Evan.
Oh, come on, man.
Evan.
Evan, your voice is going to change naturally, too, though.
Yeah.
3.
Wait, hang on, guys. Is that what you mean? Is how to get your voice huskier?
Huh? Yeah. I want to know if,
If you're smoking so many cigarettes that your voice is changing, it's because it's damaging your lungs.
All right.
Okay, so don't look for that, all right?
Just wait a year. It's going to change naturally, Evan. Just like
Absolutely.
Greg Brady. It's okay.
All right.
Are we going to hear the song?
No.
Okay, you'll never make it. Let's go to another call. Let's go to Alex from Tucson. Alex, you're on with Rose McGowan, the star of the Doomsday Squad.
Doom Patrol.
How you guys doing?
You're good, Alex.
Yeah, I know what a fruit bowl is.
We already do, unless you heard something different.
Yeah, there's some. Yeah, it's from. I used to play hockey. We did it all the time when we were waiting in line for the showers. It's when a guy puts his big Jim and the twins in between his legs.
Oh.
That's a thing I said.
He yells fruit bowl and he bends over. And it's what you see from behind.
There are many homoerotic undertones to men's shower things.
It looks like plums and like a banana. Like a fruit bowl.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're saying you do that sort of simulated vagina thing that guys like to do sometimes?
No. That's what I thought it was. But he's talking about you're looking at it from behind. He puts it between the legs, and then Alex says, "Hey guys, fruit bowl," and then everybody looks at Alex, and he's bending over, but you're looking at him from behind.
Right. When I do that, I call it Jewish guy with an afro.
Wait, does he do the
If you
teabag,
can
though?
picture that.
Or it's also called Man on the Moon, I think.
Man in the moon in the fruit bowl. Alex, what position do you play?
Defense.
Yeah.
Used to.
Yeah, your team
Stick with it.
Your team do a lot of fruit bowling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're called the fruit ballers. The Tucson fruit ballers.
Next time they're playing hockey, everybody's just going to want to ram Alex into the boards, man. Hey, fruit ball.
Defend this one, baby. No, I'm
Make sure you wear your fruit cup, okay?
Let's go to Julie from Escondido. Julie, you are on LoveLine. Rose McGowan is our guest from...
Doom Generation.
She's from...
Thank you.
Yeah.
What?
From Hot Tub.
Right, the movie.
That's Car Wash, actually, but...
Well, you guys, I was eating my dinner, sitting here macking out on my top ramen soup, and I was listening to your pal call in with the chunks and the semen.
Right.
And I sat there and thought, oh, my God.
He's my ex-boyfriend?
Eating my soup.
Right.
It wasn't clam chowder, was it?
No, it's top ramen with the noodles in it, the white stuff.
Yeah,
That's chunky if you don't cook it well enough.
Pardon me?
It's chunky if you don't cook it well enough.
It was chunky. It was chunky.
Julie, can you identify with that at all? Are you married?
No.
But have you experienced that in a man?
Was this your ex-boyfriend?
Yeah, my brother. No,
You've eaten your brother's. That's a whole other conversation.
I swear to God, you guys, I've never heard your show before. I was driving home, and I do 911 for a living, and I thought I heard it all, but I am getting an education tonight, let me tell you.
Hey, Julie, hold on a second, because I mean, first of all, LoveLine is the best radio show anywhere, I will say that, but it is not a show that you want to listen to during dinner. Now, I want to ask you...
More than that.
Well, let me ask you a couple questions.
This show sometimes goes in exotic directions. Tonight's been one of those nights where it's really kind of
got
taken
worse.
off.
I decided I was going to mac on a little bit of cheese when the guy started calling in about his girlfriend with the...
yeast infection?
The
skanky foo-foo. Yeah. Wait, I want to hear about 911.
Oh, what do you want to hear?
You answer the phone at 911?
Yeah.
So what are most of the calls you get?
Medical aids.
Yeah, do you get any really freaky ones?
Of course.
Like, tell me some freaky ones.
Well...
Do you ever get calls with guys that get things stuck up their butt?
Generally not. We've had people that get handcuffs that you got to go take the handcuffs off, or one guy was having strapped to a wall having a heart attack one time.
You had what?
He was
strapped to a wall?
Him and his friend. Yeah, they were into a little bit of S&M, and he was having a heart attack, and he was strapped to the wall, and I guess...
I could
The
just
girl
hear him.
wanted
I'm
the
not
one-night
kidding.
stand. Should
No,
be
this wasn't
listening
a
to
girl.
us.
It was two guys.
Two guys. See why? See why you shouldn't do that?
Yeah.
Why? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
Tell us why.
That's why 911.
Julie says, tell us what
Now,
to do.
now, are you one of these people? Because I'm always amazed when I see the TV show that somebody calls up and they're in hysterics and they're saying, my kid has stopped breathing. And the person's like, hold on, let me put my cigarette out.
But those are the ones you see on the news. Usually they're not like that.
Are they usually, do you act concerned, Julie?
Pardon me?
Do you act concerned when these people call in and say, like, I just lopped off a limb with, with a chainsaw?
Well, we don't laugh.
Oh, okay, good.
Julie, thanks for your call.
We take it very, very seriously. You know, what you see that makes the news is just a very small portion of stuff that's embarrassing to all of us.
Right.
Yeah.
Take time for the digestion. You'll be fine.
Well, you guys are overwhelmed, though, with volume, aren't you? Because I witnessed a car accident on the freeway, and I called 911, and I listened to a tape recording saying we'll be with
Was
you
it
in a few
Public
minutes.
Enemy in the background?
For like 10 minutes.
No, I've called 911 here.
Yeah.
I've been put on hold, and I gave up after half an hour. They called me back 4 hours later at 1 in the morning to ask me if I was all right. That's Los Angeles.
What city are you guys calling in?
Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah, they're pretty busy there.
Yeah. Well, thanks for calling.
Okay. Bye.
Always eat 20 minutes before listening to LoveLine.
That's my question. Basically, I've been in a relationship for 4 years, and my boyfriend was a virgin before we started, getting together or whatever. So now he's not, of course, and we might actually take the next step. And I'm just wondering if he's going to be able to survive, or you think a guy should be able, or am I like depriving him by the fact that he's not going to have sex with anybody else if we get married?
Let me paint the picture. Tell me if I'm right, Teresa, okay?
Yeah.
You've got a boyfriend. You guys are probably going to be getting married. You've had sex with somebody else before you met your boyfriend.
Yeah.
He has never had sex with anybody but you.
Right.
You're ready to tie the knot, and you're wondering, should he be able to sleep with other women?
Right.
Let's go around the board, and we'll start with the woman. And do you mind if we just go around and see what everybody's opinion is on this one?
I'd like to hear everybody's opinion.
Yeah. How would you feel about it? First of all, let me ask you. You close your eyes. You picture him with another woman naked. What does it do to your stomach?
Oh, well, I've been cheated on before. It makes me sick. Okay, he's not a cheater. Okay, we're in a long-distance relationship, okay? So
he's lying and boning anyway.
He is.
No, I know what a cheater's like, okay? Don't get me wrong. I dated a cheater for a long time. Okay, so I know that this person does not. I would not be in a long-distance relationship.
Where do you live?
I live in Santa Barbara.
Where does he live?
He lives in another state.
Yeah, what city?
Well, it's a small town. No.
Okay, so he lives in a small town.
No, well, I live in a small town. I mean, it's pretty small if you think about it, but...
All right, we're getting a little convoluted here, Teresa.
Well, anyway, he lives in another state, so we're in a long-distance relationship, okay? So I'm trusting him. He's trusting me. We're trusting each other. I just feel bad that I've experienced other people and he never has.
How often do you see him?
Well, we've actually been able to see each other like once a month. Sounds really strange.
How would you feel if you said to him, I mean, it's really almost sort of up to him.
It is exclusively
up to him, but also up to Teresa. I mean, Teresa could, because, I mean, are you going to, if he goes out and bones some other chicks, are you going to say, forget it, I can't take this?
Well,
do you guys have amazing
I've almost
sex?
even come to the grips that I could maybe accept an indiscretion. Or...
Teresa, do you have amazing sex with him?
Yeah, we have a great sex life.
How many?
He's pretty happy.
Yeah, well, he said if he never was with another person and he was happy, that'd be fine.
You're just going to have to take him at face value on that one and just, like, jump off with your nose plug, babe.
Yeah,
scary.
and he's going to have to dive in with his nose plugged in. How many men have you been with?
Oh, my God.
Seriously.
Oh, my God.
Come on.
It's all right.
Can I round it off?
Just put the abacus down. Give us a round number, okay?
Round it off to the nearest 100.
10.
How many?
More than 10.
More than 10. And now this guy must be pretty secure because we've talked about this before. Ricky, Drew, I'm not going to talk to you because you try to come off as holier than thou. But Ricky, if you had a girlfriend or a potential fiance, let's say, who'd been with 10 or more people, let's say 15 people, and you'd never been with anyone but her, wouldn't that kind of screw with your ego over the long haul?
Definitely.
It screws my ego.
It
But this is the thing. How old is this guy?
Huh?
He's 24.
I mean, why isn't he going out getting any?
Oh God, because he waited.
Until he was 20, and then you met him, right?
Right.
Right. Okay, well, if he doesn't want to do it, I mean, don't twist his arm. You must go out there and screw someone else beside me. I mean, don't force the guy. He doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, and
maybe he's mature. Maybe he can handle it.
Well, I mean, do you actually believe that people can get married and like be virgins when they're married and actually stay that way now? I mean, it used to happen in the 50s all the time.
Well, it's not like it's a curse or anything. I mean, you got a 50-50 chance of getting divorced anyway, so he's a virgin.
I know that too.
All right, so don't make a big issue out of it. You're getting married. He loves you. The sex is good. He's not soiled. He doesn't have any diseases. Stay with him.
Thank God for that.
Don't push it. If it ain't broke.
Just keep it really interesting for those once-a-month visits. He will appreciate it.
Teresa,
he'll keep coming back.
Just talk to him about it, okay? Tell him how you feel and you talk to him, okay?
I know, because I feel like it's opening up the floodgates for his mind.
Yeah.
Don't get in there and stir up trouble. Things look okay now, all right? You're going to ruin it.
Bye, Teresa.
You're going to self-destruct. Rose, you're single, right?
Yes.
You're looking?
Hey, Eric.
How you guys doing?
Good. Rose McGowan's our guest.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
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 This message for the doctor.
Eric, what's up?
The weirdest thing happened to me about 6 months ago. When I get an erection, my penis tilts to the left now. What's that all about?
This is something new?
Yes. Happened about 6 months ago.
You haven't injured yourself or anything like that?
Not that I know of.
There's something called Peyronie's disease where you can get sort of a scarring on one side of the penis that pulls it over to one side.
Yeah, there's like a little indentation.
Right. You should see a urologist about that. That can be associated with erectile dysfunction down the road. It's probably nothing at this point, but just have it evaluated, okay?
What could be done about it?
Well, at this point, probably nothing. And probably nothing should be done about it. But I just want to be sure. Again, I'm at the disadvantage of not being able to examine people, being over the radio here, and I just think you ought to get
disadvantage.
Not being able to check this guy's hunger out.
People are asking me questions that can't really accurately be answered on the radio.
But later on, you were thinking I might have a problem with...
I'm saying it's possible that could be associated with that, and you should do whatever's necessary to prevent those sorts of problems.
Rose, you've seen this problem?
No, I have not seen this problem, but I've had girlfriends who have, actually, usually after they broke up with their boyfriend, they would start laughing because they would, then talk about his penis, and they would talk about, a curved penis. I think she quite liked it. So,
curves are normal.
I think they're not.
A curved penis can get places that a straight penis can't get to.
That's exactly.
Have you had girlfriends?
Yes, Ricky, I've had girlfriends.
You've been with a woman?
Yes, Ricky, I have.
I knew it. Do you like it? If you had the choice to be like one hot night, would you rather be with a woman or rather be with a man?
God.
Wow.
Probably a woman, because the other is just so easy if I want to.
So you'd rather be with a woman than be with a man, because you would be the guy.
Shut up.
Because for you to be with a guy. She's right. For you to, it's true. It's true.
It's like what you always hear. Those people saying, that they always have, if somebody's always kind of throwing themselves at you, then the other one that's harder to get, kind of, because girls don't come on to me that much actually, because they're usually, if I had my hair short like I used to, then yes. But now,
Really?
I look too girly for most of them.
Women, they're soft and stuff, huh?
It depends on how much they work out, but generally, yeah. What do you mean?
Have you ever made out with a famous woman?
Have I made out with a famous woman?
Come on.
Looking thing.
Steven Tyler did that in the video.
She was actually this woman who was this really rich yuppie. She tackled me in a corner when I was 14. Yeah. That was my first experience with that. So I thought I'd share that with you. My intimate
Keep on
moment.
going. Share some more.
No, that's okay.
Come
Don't
on.
you have a call or something?
No,
wait a minute. He's looking very bored and...
I'm not bored. I mean, that's a kind of disturbing story. I mean,
yeah, it scared me.
Oh, Jesus! With the big wet tub, it's like the Super Bowl where they take the Gatorade bucket and dump it on the coach. Come on, Drew.
Drew, I'll tell you Drew's story.
Freak me out,
this would happen.
She's sick. That's an unhealthy woman, and she's abusing you. Really,
she was a client of my aunt's.
She abused you. She abused you, and to have eyeballs tattooed on your eyelids. I suspect that's not a normal person.
Watch this. Rose would be telling me and Adam a story. She'd be saying, and I was having sex with this guy in a bathtub, and Drew would go, you'd be surprised how many people get electrocuted and die in bathtubs when appliances fall in.
Well, look, an adult attacks a 14-year-old with eyeballs tattooed on her eyes.
It's the Grim Reaper fun over here.
Hey, Rose McGowan's our guest. I don't know what movie he's in, but what's up, Kyle?
Hello.
Hey, did it snow yet?
Huh?
Did it snow yet in Littleton?
Oh, no.
Do you know where Evergreen is?
Yeah.
I used to live there.
Did you really?
I thought I'd share that with you.
Yeah, that sucks up there.
Yes, it does. That's why I don't.
Talking about Rose to, like, penis size, does that, like, really matter? I mean, like, I've had a lot of chances for a lot of stuff, but I'm just kind of embarrassed that, like, if I whip it out, she'll start busting up or something.
Have you ever had sex before with a girl?
Oh, no, because that's why. I've had, like, a lot of chances.
Mm-hmm. Really?
You know, it sounds like maybe just on a deeper level, you're just not quite ready for it yet, and that's kind of like not an excuse, because most boys, I think, like, wouldn't really know if they were big or small in comparison to others until
No,
they kind
I
of
do
did
know,
it.
because my friend...
You think you're small?
No, listen to this. This is terrible. He got drunk and, like, whipped it out in front of me. And
Did
so
a teabag?
now I feel inadequate.
Did the salad ball?
But you feel inadequate?
Fruit ball!
But you know what? There's some people, but there's a really big difference between, like, with it, you know, the term flaccid, right? Okay, when it's flaccid, some people's are bigger and some people's are only bigger than that when they're hard. It doesn't, you can't really tell so much when they're just not erect, you know what I mean?
Jim Dick.
The thing is, how old are you?
I'm 16.
You just might want to wait a little bit longer, and you know what? If you find a chick and you groove on her and she likes you, it's really not an issue.
No, but I've had that. And it's like, oh.
But you're not into it, right? At the last minute? Or are you just scared?
He's self-conscious.
I'm like yeah, exactly.
Right,
like,
but you know, maybe just it's your head or your body or something saying on a deeper level that you're just not quite ready for it yet.
How small are you, Kyle?
I don't want to get into that.
All right, but you know what? Women...
It's not, like, terrible. It's not, like...
Magic wand. Makes my penis grow.
God.
Women deal with that all the time. They see all different shapes and sizes.
But did you, like it when it's bigger or something?
I think everybody has their personal preferences. I mean, there's guys who like girls with flat chests, and there's guys who like girls with, like, you know, triple Ds or whatever. It's really personal. But Kyle, I'm telling you, if you learn how to go down properly, how to use your hands, and just generally kind of like rock in all the other categories, you can overcome just about anything.
Okay, Kyle.
Right.
Listen for a second, okay, brother? When you're 16, 17, 28, you're very concerned about the size of your penis, okay? You always think it's too small. Dude, you listen to this show?
No, I don't.
Kyle, shush for a second, brother. Okay? I assure you, okay? Yours is fine.
Okay, thank you.
A lot of people always call up and they're so concerned and they're saying, oh, I want to get surgery. My penis is too small. Oh, I want to get this. It's too small. Oh, my God. Mine's 6 inches. I bet that's too small. Mine's 4 inches. I'll bet that's too small. When you walk around and it isn't hard, it looks like a sunflower seed, okay? Kyle.
Yeah.
Relax, bro. So many people that are your age put so much stress on it and they're worried about it. And you know what? It's all right.
Kyle?
Don't worry about it.
You sound really cute and sweet, and I would date you.
Look at this. Rose would sleep with you, but, you know. She likes swimming.
Kyle, if I was your age and we were in the same town and you were this...
And everyone else died in an accident.
They went off that dead man's curve, you know, I would be there.
That's right.
No, actually, it's just when you find that right person, it's not going to be an issue. And until then, you know, it's just get out of your head about it.
Kyle doesn't sleep with women from Evergreen, but thanks for the offer. Kyle. Take care, bro, okay?
Cool beans. Thanks a lot.
I was actually freaked out because I kind of like got boobs overnight, and that was more scary than just about anything because I wasn't quite sure what, you know, all of a sudden men started screaming at me when I walked down the street, and I hadn't, you know, it was a real immediate sort of transition.
But when you hadn't developed breasts, were you like all concerned that...
No.
No?
I've always been pretty all right with that whole, oh my goodness.
Hey, here's the facts of a girl having sex with a pony.
That's right.
God.
What do you want to say about that, Dr. Drew?
Rose. Wait, what's this one? Tell me stories, okay?
Yes, they want more lesbian stories.
Alrighty then.
Let's take Luke from Tucson. Luke, you're on LoveLine. Luke.
How's it going, guys?
Hi, Luke.
Just off the record, I want to say something to Kyle real quick. I'm hung like a wildebeest, and you know what? It's a pain in the butt sometimes, big time.
I hear you, brother.
But that's not my question.
Yeah, Luke, and I've got abs of steel, and we're on the radio.
Good deal. Okay, here we go. This is my problem. I got a friend named Gavin. He goes to school up in Phoenix right now. He's not around. But when he's here, his favorite joke is to whip out his skin off the sack and pull it up next to out of his shorts on the side of his leg. Say, look, I've sat in gum. The first couple times he pulls this one, it's hilarious as hell, and everyone falls to the ground like spewing and crying and everything. Well, the problem is he likes it so much he does it like in in like
church,
food marts and everything, man. We're like in line for fries. I turn around, he's like, "Oh my God, gum again!" And the check is this old lady.
Luke, I'm sorry, Adam. You tell me.
We're impressed.
Does that roll? Is that like one of the funniest
Oh my
things?
God, he has another one.
Okay, I can't wait to hear because I like
sack
your friend. That is
humor?
a great one. Look, I sat in gum.
Yeah, okay, check out this one. He zips down his zipper, whips out the sack, right? And it's like dangling right outside in all air, all that is to be. And then he says, "Hey, chicken hearts." And everyone's like, "What?" And they kind of look around, confused for a little while. And then sooner or later, someone spies his sack just chilling. It looks like a chicken heart. And everyone falls down laughing. But the same thing happens. He starts doing it in public places. You're in line to get on the bus or something. Chicken heart. Walks up in the bus. The bus driver checks it out.
All right, Luke, I'm getting worried that you're obsessing over your buddy's sack antics.
No,
He's gonna grow. He's gonna graduate into being a fine old slacker. I mean,
Hey, let me guess, Luke. Let me guess.
What's up?
Does he skate?
No. College guy, man. He just gets drunk and fools around. But honestly, I want to tell him to chill on it. I mean, it's
why don't
it's
you?
cool, like locker room antics the first couple times, and I recommend that all young guys out there do it once or twice and watch their friends die of laughter. But in all
I thought
honesty,
the gum thing's the funniest thing I ever
that was
heard.
good.
I'm sorry, you probably called the wrong person.
I'm going to try that.
Okay.
I'll do that.
But once
I'm going to do it with my long pants on.
once he does it, like in public, like in front of other people, it gets really crude, and you get hell embarrassed.
You kick him.
So you can get arrested for that, too.
Yeah, yeah, he could. But I'm wondering, what should I say?
Well, you're going to have to pull him aside and have a very bizarre conversation with him. It's like,
no.
Hey, man, the
You
sack
call him-
stuff was funny at first,
Yeah.
but
Just tell him you're getting a little attracted to him and you're getting worried.
yeah, the whole testicle thing is getting out of hand, and I think the sack humor is funny, but you got to realize that there's people on the bus who take offense to that. Put your arm around them and make sure you're saying it in a sincere fashion, but just tell them to bag the sack.
Luke, listen.
What's up?
Okay.
The Rickman. Promise. Give it to me straight, buddy.
Luke, you need to get laid something fierce. Something fierce.
Luke, I think we need to get your buddy on the phone. I wish you guys were out here because we need to get Luke and his buddy up here on LoveLine.
Yes, and his sack full of fun.
Yeah. Luke,
I'd kill them all. I'd have them dying.
dude, we're dying right now. Thank you for your call, man. Have a good weekend.
Found out tonight that this is a big hobby with that. Do you guys do this?
It's more of a way of life, but yeah.
I admit it.
Do you do that? Do you ever give wingers and stuff like that? Where you
I thought I was the only one that called it a winger.
Oh no, I'm down with wingers.
They say 2 out of 3 guys do it all the time. Figure it out for yourself.
No, I have these girlfriends that those bras that you detach the front part when you nurse your children. So they wear those sometimes and leave the flaps down and just surprise people.
Really? Where do these guys hang out?
These guys hang out.
Good choice of words, Adam.
In my shower. No, I'm just kidding.
We'll be back with Doomsday Patrol. Scott, you're on LoveLine.
Hey, what's up? Hello?
Scott,
hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
We're well.
Good. I was gonna say I have a problem. I've been dating a girl for about 4 months. I had a long-term relationship throughout high school.
Yes.
And I guess my ex-girlfriend and I got pretty kinky and tried a bunch of different stuff. And now that I have a girlfriend, well, now that I have this new girlfriend, she's real straight. She's a sorority girl and stuff to the T. And I just have a hard time coming to orgasm.
What is it that you need, Scott?
Well, no, it's just my ex-girlfriend and I, when we used to, have sex, we tried a bunch of different stuff.
Give us a for instance.
Well, like anal beads and stuff. I mean, we went far. I mean, even with me. And,
you put beads up your butt?
Yeah.
Really?
And it made it so much easier for me to come that way. And
with beads up your butt?
I can't even fathom having to tell her this.
No, I wouldn't.
How long have you been with her?
4 months.
Oh, you work your way
But she's curious. She's curious what'll make me happy and stuff like that.
Well, start slowly.
Build up to the anal beads. Start with a
anal bean.
It's just, that does.
I'd save that for your
that
wedding
didn't even
night.
do the trick.
What was that?
Towards the end, the beads didn't even do the trick. It's just it's so hard. It takes forever when we have sex.
So Scott, you're not happy unless you're getting weird.
yeah, I mean, it turns out that, yeah, I mean, the sex with my ex-girlfriend was incredible.
Right. All right. So first thing, yeah, don't get into that with your new girlfriend. No one needs to hear that.
No?
No. I mean, you don't.
She's always asking. She's always, because she thinks it's her. She's like, what can I do to make you happy? She's like, I know I'm not fulfilling your needs and stuff.
Well, she is asking.
Yeah.
You know.
She's asking. She's like, I mean, because of them, we'll have sex forever. I mean, there's no such thing as a quickie with us. It's like,
don't start off with the anal beads, but just like what's like something in that kind of field that's maybe the easiest thing to do.
Well, I mean, I've tried stuff on her, but, just to kind of give her a hint, try the same kind of stuff on her, and it's just kind of like she shakes off from it.
You know what's kind of weird is, I mean, adding little things once in a while to kind of spice up a relationship is fine. And I think it's nice. If sometimes you want to do it someplace different, sometimes you want to use, something different that might make the sex, exciting. But for the only way for you to have an orgasm is if you do these things, and it keeps on turning into greater and greater things. And you can't have an orgasm with your girlfriend by just having regular sex. I mean, every time you have to top what you did. Till it started with anal beads, now it's anal billiard balls or something, and it's always something different. I mean, doesn't that bum you out that you can't just have an orgasm? I mean, I can understand if you're saying, I can only be satisfied orally or something, sure. But you're talking, I mean, just kept on adding more and more things,
I mean, and the poor girl's trying her heart out.
Yeah, but doesn't that qualify as an obsession or an addiction or something?
The poor girl's trying her heart out. And it's just
there is something to that, right?
And it's manifesting itself in a sexual way.
Yeah. I mean, she keeps asking. It's just like, and I want to tell her because I want to be happy.
But listen, Scott.
It's on your side. Regardless of the girl, you have an issue with the fact that you need like really specific things that keep going higher and higher up the ladder until you are the person in the emergency room with the cucumber. Do you know what I mean? So you got to look at the issues. What have you noticed a really big progression in that sort of thing?
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing was, I mean, it's just like once you've had really, incredible sex and you've gone all these different routes, it's like, all of a sudden, when you get into a relationship where a girl is just completely straight off the bat, and she's just, she knows nothing else but, mission.
Scott, I know what the answer is here.
Adam, tell us.
I'm gonna wrap this up for you, Scott. Scott, you have yourself a little emotional problem here that's sort of manifesting itself in a sexual way. I mean, that's what happens. When people are screwed up, it always comes out in the sex.
Or in the relationships.
Or in the relationship, and the sexual part is part of the relationship.
Right.
Okay, so you're concentrating on the sex. You keep talking about Buffy and feeling badly about asking her to do deviant things to you, but that's not where the answer lies. The answer lies within you and some of your emotional problems.
Well, I mean, Rose is single. What about you, Rose? What do you think?
He just completely...
Just because I'm single, I think you're really like
Did you hear him not hear that?
Yeah,
100%.
Basically, no matter who is in your life, you're still going to come up against the same issue.
I don't think it's emotional. I would imagine it's more of a...
You need beads in your butt. That's an emotional problem. It's not a sphincter problem.
You need to find some sort of happy medium there. And there are people that are just really sexually incompatible,
Right. And just to wrap it up, I think he should have just listened to everything Adam said, which he didn't.
Yeah.
But also... doing these things is okay once in a while. We're not saying there's something wrong with it.
No.
Just because
there might be
single
certain
does
things
not mean
that turn
I
you
like
on.
anal beads, all right?
Seriously?
I've never even heard of that, so...
Oh, really?
What do you like? We're off the air, but Adam and I are both going to be here for quite a long time. Everybody have a good weekend. Jackie Mason is going to lead the show.
You have been listening to LoveLine. The opinions expressed by Riki Rachtman, Dr. Drew, Adam Carolla, or anybody else on this program are not necessarily anyone's. LoveLine producer, Ann Wilkins.